As the country faces an epidemic of mass shootings, how much do the lives of the shooting victims actually matter to our lawmakers? That is the exact question that Garnell Whitfield asked senators this morning. His 86-year-old mother, Ruth Whitfield, was gunned down in the Buffalo mass shooting at Tops Supermarket.
What are you doing? You're elected to protect us, to protect our way of life. I ask every one of you to imagine the faces of your mothers as you look at mine, and ask yourself, is there nothing that we can do? My mother's life mattered. My mother's life mattered. And your actions here today will tell us how much it matters to you.
It's the same question that has been asked time and time again as mass shootings are followed by thoughts and prayers and no meaningful actions to prevent the next one. We're being told that this time will be different. A bipartisan group of senators continue negotiations over what, if any, reforms can muster 60 votes from a Senate that includes at least 50 lawmakers who seem to spend more time cowering in fear of the NRA and its supporters than legislating solutions. After meeting today with President Biden, Democratic Senator Chris Murphy told reporters that he remains optimistic that a deal can be reached by the end of the week, and that it might even include some of the items that the president laid out during his primetime address on gun violence last week. Republicans, by and large, have come out against almost everything the president asked for. Yesterday, the lead negotiator for Senate Republicans, John Cornyn of Texas, tweeted that making gun laws more restrictive wasn't going to happen, and that he doesn't even want expanded background checks, something nearly 90% of Americans, including most gun owners, support. Some states are stepping up to do what Congress is failing to accomplish, however. Yesterday, New York's Democratic Governor Kathy Hochul signed legislation that not only raises the age to buy semi-automatic rifles from 18 to 21, but also bans most civilians from purchasing bullet-resistant body vests and revises the state's red flag laws. Meanwhile, some red states want to ignore the gun problem altogether. Republican Governor Ron DeSantis of Florida and Brian Kemp of Georgia are implementing new school safety plans that somehow do not mention guns at all. With me now is Pamela Pritchett, who lost her mom, Pearl Young, in the Buffalo shooting, and Ben Crump, attorney for the families of Pearl Young and Ruth Whitfield. Thank you both for being here. Pamela Pritchett, thank you for being here, and my deepest condolences on the loss of your mom. But I think I'm with all of you who say that enough thoughts and prayers, we need action. What do you make of the list of no's that seem to be on the table? And this is 3 from my producers. That it seems to me that on the table, we have red flag laws, limited background check reforms, school security funding, and mental health measures. But off the table appear to be assault weapons bans, universal background checks, limiting high-capacity magazines, and raising the age to purchase a semi-automatic rifle. Those seem to be the things that would help the most. What do you make of what's off the table in these negotiations?
Well, let me say this, beginning, Joy. I'm coming on here to say that for me, I want to speak to the American people, not America, but the American people. Because the people who were killed in the Tops massacre were the best of American people. I think that Senate needs to begin to see us in humanity and not just see along their own bipartisan lines, because the Buffalo 10, these were educators. These were, Joy, it's like this. You would want to tell your daughter or your son, grow up to be like this person. My issue is that we have a Congress that does not see humanity. They see lobbies, they see what they consider facts, but they do not see the humanity in people. And to me, if they don't see the humanity in people, then we're going to have difficulty moving forward. And I think that's where I stand. And go ahead.
No, please continue. I didn't want to interrupt you.
And so that's where I stand. And one of my favorite quotes is from Maya Angelou, where she says that of the human family, we are more alike, my friends, than we appear to be unalike. I believe that. I believe that your average everyday American thinks very similarly to the way I think. I believe that they want common sense gun laws. I believe they want things where you don't have to experience what I had to experience. I have said this story and I will continue to say it, Joy, because it actually gives me some level of therapeutic healing. But when you have to be called by the funeral director because a person so full of hate and using a weapon so destructive that the funeral director calls me, I'm the only daughter, and says, you need to bring a hat for your mom's head because of what this person did. I need Congress to feel that level of pain and heartache, to experience touching your mother's hair and it's brittled because the blood, no matter how much the funeral director tried to do the best that he couldn't do anything. He could only do what he could do. I have often said, I wish that I had the courage of an Emmett Till's mom, because I think that's what we need. We need people to really see and feel and understand that this is beyond laws and lobbyists. This is about people's lives. This is about the humanity of our nation. This is about the fact that we are better than this. And I believe most Americans are better than this, and that we need to tell our representatives that you represent us and we are better and you need to do the right thing by us. And I'm going to say this one thing. I said two things today. Every tear I cry is going to be fuel for my action. When I cry at night, I'm not just crying and ending it there. I'm crying and I'm telling you, if I have to start in Western New York where I live and go throughout other parts of the communities until the Senate makes decisions that they should make, then I'm encouraging every person that has become a part of the family that I'm a part of. I never imagined out of 335 million people that I would be a part of a family of those who are grieving from a massacre. But I want to encourage everyone who's been there, let's pick up the mantle again. Let's not just have memorials, but let's pick up the mantle and hold them accountable for their actions.
And Ben, as somebody, and amen to that. And Ben, as somebody who, unfortunately, you've spent a lot of time with families who are in this type of grieving. But it kind of hits different. It's not a random encounter. It's literally somebody who deliberately decided to massacre people based on the color of their skin in this case, or to walk into a school in the case of Uvalde. What would you say to lawmakers who say, yeah, but we love our base loves our AR-15s, and we need to have them, and they need to have free access to them, even if they're 18 or 19?
Joe, I would say what Pamela has described, that it is time, far past time, to put people over politics.